This Black Friday until Cyber Monday, you are going to want to head on over to practiceofthepractice.com/deal. I'm telling you, it's our biggest deals of the year. Make sure you put it in your calendar for that weekend. New membership in regards to our Practice Academy program is 40% off. 40% off of all memberships. Also, our conference tickets for the group practice conference that's May 4th and 5th here in Traverse City are the best deal you're going to find, and that's $199 per ticket, so $200 off. Early bird starts the next day on Tuesday, December 2nd. You're going to want to head over to practiceofthepractice.com/deal and use the Stripe promo code CYBER25. Use that for both offers. So again, the Practice Academy is on sale, 40% off. As well, we're going to have the group practice conference tickets, $200 off. That's the same price as what our members get it at. Then it goes up to $299. So again, practiceofthepractice.com/deal. Use Cyber25. This is going to be from Friday, November 28th to Monday, December 1st. The sale ends at midnight going into December 2nd. This is the Practice of the Practice podcast with Joe Santa, session number 1305. Welcome to the Practice of the Practice podcast. I am Joe Sanok, your host, where we help you build a thriving private practice you absolutely love. We are so excited to have you here today, hanging out with us. Now, back in May of 2025, we put on the Group Practice Conference. And at this conference, I had this dream of putting on a conference that was unlike any other. I wanted the feeling to be like connections, that people had time to meet each other. I always hated conferences where the parts that I love the most, probably getting dinner with new people or having drinks at the end of the evening, that part was so small in the calendar. And I spent most of my time just running between breakout sessions and keynotes and all of that. And the other side of it was oftentimes it felt like I would be in a session and it'd be a 90-minute session. And I really only got about 10 to 20 minutes worth of content. There's a lot of fluff in there. It just felt like get to the point. And so for what we decided to do at the Group Practice Conference was we decided that we would have 20-minute sessions on the main stage, all of our keynotes, 20 minutes, and that we would have ample time for breakout sessions, and to have time to dig in, to talk about group practice, to get to know people, and to encourage people that if they're having a great conversation, keep that going. You don't have to come back in. Continue those conversations going. And so we found that the folks that came to the Group Practice Conference in May had such a great time. They felt emotionally connected to other group practice owners. And it was just such a great event that we've tripled the size for May of 2026. We're going to be over at Northwestern Michigan College, right on their campus. And we're partnering with both Headway and the Student Life Department to put this on. And our main stage is going to be where the actual TED Talks of Traverse City take place. And then all of our discussions and our kind of digging deeper sessions are going to be throughout an art gallery. It's going to be just such a fun, unique event that we're super excited about. And lots of you weren't able to make the Group Practice Conference in 2025. And so we want to give you just a little glimpse into that. So we're going to be doing a series every week for a while throughout the end of the year where those 20-minute main stage sessions, we're going to be playing those for you. We want you to be able to learn from all of our speakers that we had, and we want you to get excited for the Group Practice Conference in May 2026. So we want you to get excited for this over at grouppracticeconference.com. That's where you can be on the waiting list so that when tickets go live on Black Friday through Cyber Monday, you can grab your ticket. We want you to get those discounts that we have. We want you to get any of those kind of lowest priced tickets. We know they're going to sell out fast. All of our sponsors have committed to sending emails to their list. And, Headway alone, who is our co-host of this, along with the Student Life Department over at NMC, has 60,000 people on their email list that are part of Headway. So we expect the 300 or so tickets that we're offering to go quickly. So if this is something that you're interested in coming to Traverse City, we want to make sure you're on that wait list and ready to go on Black Friday so that you can get your ticket. We know they're going to go quickly. So head on over to grouppracticeconference.com and you can watch all the different things going on there and get on the wait list so that when that goes live, you get first access. So let's dive into this episode with some of our speakers from the Group Practice Conference in May 2025. I am so excited to introduce our next speaker, Nicole Ball. So I shared earlier that Nicole bought mental wellness counseling, has made it into a 3-location practice, 4 locations. 4, do I hear 5? 4-location practice. As well, she's a full-time faculty at Ferris State University, has a family, and somehow balances it all. Oh, also consults with Practice the Practice. So I can't think of anyone better to talk about balancing personal life and boss life, the one, the only, Nicole Ball.
All right, so I'm going to start with a little bit of a story. How many of you have been to a Lake Michigan beach? Okay, if you haven't, make plans to, okay? So summer of 2023, I just opened up my 3rd location of mental wellness counseling. And I was having a normal Northern Michigan beach day with my kids. And my kids were playing off in the sand. And I'm sitting there up on the beach. I got my book, I've got my drink, I've got my phone. And as my kids are playing, I get that urge to check my phone. Who knows about that urge to check your phone, right? If you're a business owner. And it's one thing for like, oh, let's see what people are doing on social media. But for me, it was the urge to check my email. It was that urge to see what's going on. I just opened up a new location. How's everything going? Who has questions? But you know what I had done before the beach? I had cleaned out my email. I had made sure I had no papers to grade for those summer classes I was teaching. I had made sure that all of my notes were done, my insurance claims were sent, and nobody needed me. I had covered all my bases, but still I'm sitting there on the beach and I wanted to grab my phone. And what did I do? Like, you know what I did? Guess what I did? I grabbed my phone, okay? So I grabbed my phone and, okay, there's an email. I can answer that real quick. And then there was another email where, I had to do a little bit of digging. So I do my digging and, I answer that email. And then before you know it, there's a text, and then I got to answer the text, and then the landlord had a question about this, and the real estate agent that. And before you know it, my kids come up to me and they say, Mom, we're ready to go. I'd missed the whole time at the beach. I was on my phone answering emails, answering texts, all about my practice for at least an hour. And my kids were a little older, so they weren't as excited about the beach at this point either. So it's not like I'm dragging them out, but they were ready to go. And I had realized as we were packing up and walking away that I had missed that opportunity. And this opportunity, mind you, is a Lake Michigan opportunity, right? And I'm talking about the seagulls. I'm talking about the, the sunshine glittering. I'm talking about the lighthouse off in the distance, the sailboats, right? And I had missed it. So as somebody who owns a 4-location practice, full-time professor, full-time mom, consulting with Practice of the Practice, we have this idea that we can do it all, right? And people ask me all the time, like, well, how do you do it? How do you do it? And I always say, well, I set really good boundaries, right? I set really good boundaries. That's what I do. But then what am I doing? I'm on the beach, answering the phone, answering emails, and leaving the beach thinking I just missed that whole entire day with my kids. But here's the reality of boss life, right? So when you own a practice, you've got stuff you got to do. You're not like running a practice. You're developing an ecosystem here, right? You have to have all the things in place. You have to have all the pieces to the puzzle, and they all have to be working interconnectedly in a well-oiled machine to make sure things go well. But what that means is as the owner, you've got to step in. It doesn't matter if you have W-2s, 1099s, administrative staff. It doesn't matter if you have a clinical supervisor. You are still going to play a role in this boss experience. And that reality means that you are still going to have clients to see probably. You're going to have notes to do. You're going to have supervision to provide. You're going to have meetings to facilitate. You're going to have collaboration meetings. You're going to having coffee with referral sources. You're going to be doing all those really cool boss things. And that's great. We didn't sign up for this because we thought it would be easy, right? We signed up for this so that we could build something amazing. And that's great. But something that we do is we do not practice what we preach. What do we tell our clients all the time? Shout it out. What do we tell our clients? Set boundaries. What else? Self-care. What else? Balance, right? We tell our clients all of this stuff. How many of you do what you tell your clients to do? Oh, a few hands. Good job. Can we get a clap for these folks here in the front? Okay. So there are consequences to this imbalance, right? We are going to have the guilt, the soccer game that you missed, the dinner date that you just don't have time for tonight. We're going to have the consequence of having to say, no, honey, not right now. We're going to get behind. We're going to miss things. And the biggest consequence, right, is to us. Now, you've heard this before, right? They drilled this down your throat in grad school to practice self-care, to say no, to set boundaries, to have balance. Over and over and over again, we've heard that, and we tell our clients that over and over again. But we're not very good at taking our own medicine. And so that consequence equals burnout. And we know how hard it is to get out of that burnout.
Do you want to expand your private pay caseload? Check out Thrizer. Thrizer helps clients better navigate their out-of-network benefits and takes the entire burden of insurance off of them. That means no more super bills, no more insurance calls, and the best part, no more long reimbursement waits. Chances are you're providing a super bill to your clients. Super bills can be extremely overwhelming and challenging for your clients to navigate, let alone needing to wait months for that reimbursement check. Thrizer provides automatic claim submissions, manages claims end-to-end, and the best part, allows clients to just pay a copay for your session, while Thriver covers the rest of your rate up front and waits for the reimbursement on your client's behalf. This is called Thrizer Pay and is already helping thousands of clients access therapy without needing to be out hundreds of dollars while waiting for reimbursement. It's the best way to make your services more accessible and increase your private pay caseload, hands down. Use the promo code POP for a free trial. That's POP, Practice of the Practice, POP. You'll receive waived credit card fees for your first $2,500 in charges.
Time to thrive with Thrizer. Head over to join.thrizer.com/Joe. Again, that's join.thrizer.com/Joe.
I don't know if I want to call what happened to me on the beach that day burnout, but I will tell you that it didn't feel good, knowing that I had missed an opportunity that I specifically put all the pieces in place to avoid. So the consequence of this imbalance between boss life and personal life means you are going to have a misstep. You're going to get out of that. You're going to feel like you're hustling all the time, and you're not going to have that harmony. What I want to share with you today is that there are plenty of ways to shift from that hustle to harmony. Now, if any of you have seen any of my webinars or you've done any consulting with me, you know I talk about the hustle, right? You got to do it, right? When you're building a practice, especially in the beginning, there's a little bit of hustle. You're going to have to put in the hard work. You're going to have to put in the extra hours, and that's the reality of it. But to get so far into the hustle that you're missing out on things and you're experiencing that imbalance is only going to make you resent what you're trying to build. That day when I left the beach, I thought about selling my practice. I thought, I don't want to do this anymore. This doesn't feel good. This is not what I signed up for. So if we're constantly in hustle mode, we're missing out on the harmony piece. Now, in order for us to move on to harmony, we have to practice what we preach, set boundaries, practice self-care, all those great things. But what we can't do is we can't just keep going. What happens to a machine if you don't oil it up? Right? It's going to die, can't pour from an empty cup, all that good stuff. So what I want to offer you today are things you already know, right? But 5 practical strategies that I'm hoping you can take with you today in an effort to find more balance in your personal life and your boss life. Number 1, something that I've been implementing is protecting the beginning and the end of my day. How many of you check your email as soon as you wake up? Yeah. So the coffee will be brewing, and while I'm waiting for the coffee to brew, I'll check my email. I don't need to check my email. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's that 8 a.m. client that you know is probably going to cancel, right? That you got to check, because if you can get an extra hour to yourself, you want to, right? But for the most part, there is no reason to pick up our phone with our eyes half awake and check our phones and look at our email or check the supervision notes. There's no need for it. So what I want to encourage you to do is protect the beginning and the end of your day. Do all those things we tell our clients to do. Move your body, do yoga, journal, meditate, snuggle your dog, play with your kids, make a healthy breakfast, whatever it is. But when you pick up your phone, you've already crossed a boundary. Now, I get if your boundary is to do it in the morning, that's a different story. But this is a strategy that I hope can be helpful for you, simply because you've heard it before. You can't pour from an empty cup, but you can schedule the refills of your cup. And I know that for me, protecting the very beginning and the very end of my day unapologetically is how I'm going to refill that cup. Number 2, design a CEO schedule, not a therapist schedule. Something that I did early on, huge mistake, is I thought, all of this group practice, boss stuff, all of this, running a business stuff, I can do that in between clients. How many of you tried that? Did it work? No. So block out that time. Get in your calendar and block out admin time, supervision notes, supervision meetings, collaborative meetings, coffee with a referral source. Schedule out check-ins with your clinicians. Don't try to squeeze them in between clients, right? Schedule out that CEO time. If you ask some of the most important CEOs in the world, they don't squeeze stuff in between other stuff, right? They block time for those things that are going to help them grow and help them make money and help them build something bigger. Your boss time deserves some level of sacredness in your schedule. So don't keep running your boss schedule like you did when you were either a solo practitioner or when you were working for agencies, right? Fit in that time. Create a no list. What are the things that you do not like to do? The things that don't feel good to you? The things that don't serve you? What are those things? Figure them out and either get rid of them, automate them, or delegate them. Okay? Get rid of them. Don't keep doing the things that don't feel good to you, aren't serving you, or the things that are draining you and make you resent your practice. Again, we don't want to resent this beautiful thing that we're trying to build. Establish a joy budget. We talk about this all the time, right? Do stuff for fun. Don't put all of your money into your practice. Save some money for yourself. Go on the vacations. I was working with a practice owner a while back who said, well, I'm waiting to take a vacation until I get to this certain number. I'm like, why? Why? If we wait and wait and wait, it's never going to happen. So go on the vacation, do the thing, sign up for the dance class, take the time off, whatever it is. And then finally, communicate your boundaries and model those boundaries. Again, we tell our clinicians to set boundaries, we tell our clients to set boundaries, but then we're not modeling that behavior when we're answering emails at 7:30 in the morning or 10:30 at night. How is that modeling behavior, right? So making sure that we are communicating our boundaries like a leader, we're modeling like a leader, because we don't have to be on call to be in control. We don't. So here's some what ifs for you to leave you with today. Number 1, what if balance isn't about doing less, but about doing the right things more intentionally? Yes, there are some things that you can get rid of, and we want to take those things off the table. But what if it's just about being more strategic? What if it's just about doing the things, all the things, a little bit more intentionally? What if you're not just a boss? What if you're a leader, a caregiver, a visionary? What if you are a person worthy of that time that we so intentionally tell our clients to take, or the loved ones that we tell to take? If your best friend was telling you they needed time, we would say, take the time, you deserve it, you're worthy of it. So why aren't we doing that? And why don't think we deserve that either? What if we can build practices that heal others without wounding ourselves in the process? If you've asked yourself, gosh, maybe I just don't want to do this anymore. Maybe I should just get out of this right now. I would encourage you to take a look at this first and figure out how you can find more balance before you make that big decision. And what if success is not about how big your practice grows? I love this. But how much of your life you get to live while you're growing it. Okay? So find the balance, schedule that CEO time, take the vacation, sign up for the dance class, and damn it, Go to the beach and leave your phone in the car. Thank you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us and listening to our speakers from the Group Practice Conference 2025. We are so excited to have you join us there. Make sure you put on your calendars Black Friday. That's when tickets open up. We want to make sure that you grab that ticket right away. We are so excited to be hosting this here in Traverse City.
We couldn't do the show without our sponsors, and Thrizer is our sponsor for today's episode. You know, if you're doing private pay and you are sick of super bills, you're sick of insurance calls, you're sick of reimbursements, any of that, I want to tell you all about Thrizer. Make sure you check them out because Thrizer is an amazing way to automate your claim submissions, manage claims end to end, and the best part is people can pay their copay for your sessions all within it. Head over to join.thrizer.com/Joe. Again, that's join.thrizer.com/Joe. And they're going to waive the first $2,500 in credit card fees. So it's awesome. Use promo code POP for the free trial. Again, that's join.thrizer.com/Joe. Thank you so much for letting me into your ears and into your brain. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Special thanks to the band Silence is Sexy for that intro music, and this podcast is designed to provide accurate and authoritative information in regard to the subject matter covered. It is given with the understanding that neither the host, the producers, the publishers, or guests are rendering legal, accounting, clinical, or other professional information. If you want a professional, you should find one.